Well, we're live for the weekend update. I hope everybody can hear me okay. I got to give this thing about 10 seconds. It's on a delay. And then we'll see how many people have decided to join the Little Dog Show. And we'll go from there. Dead air. This is known as dead air. We don't have any comments yet. Oops, here we go. Global Greg, I was thinking about you this morning. I had an idea for the Gaylord channel. Let's say hello, Robert, not in Mindanao. Wait a minute, I got this thing popped up. Okay, here we go. All right, we got 76 people with us right now. Chuck, how are you, man? So let's see. Let me just kind of give a big hey, hi, hello, Roy. I'm going to say hi to everybody. I'm not going to click on them all, if that's all right. So let's see. Robert, not Mindanao, Scott Hummer, Brian Phuket, Alfred Cluse, Adam Collins, Danny Dubose, Ray Reynolds, David, I am Western Canadian, Larry Ferguson, Gary Walker, Brian Phuket, Darren Wood, greetings. Gary Tanzi, Israel Diaz, Gary Johnson. See, I'm trying to get through comments. Every live stream I lose about 10 subscribers. People get pissed. All right, let's see. Dan Asher, K9's with us. Steve Ward. Good morning to everybody. What is up is right. So anyway, I'm not going to post all these up on the screen. I just want to give you guys a shout out and say, hey, if you got any questions, I got some updates for you. Some good news, some weird news, some odd news. And, oh, here we go. Here's a question. Let's start with a question. Has Dean emailed me at all from Mark? No, I have not heard from Dean. Dean, if anybody knows that's watched the show in the past, was my crazy guest in Nicaragua. And I think Dean got himself into a little hot water between you and me and a fence post, but I don't know that firsthand. So that's that. The Gaylord channel, let's get it going. Gaylord's voice needs to be heard. Yeah, I'm looking. When I get back from Thailand, we'll talk about Thailand in a minute. We'll talk about May's scooter driving in a minute. We'll talk about May's video that she had to take down. And what else do you want to talk about? Anything you want. Oh, John, we need to update y'all on John. Let's see what we got here. Leaves are starting to slowly change in Wisconsin. Wisconsin's in the house. Good to see you, Al Burns, Gary Lawson. How is the weather? The weather's warm, but cool at night right now. It's nice. It's probably 75, 80 degrees, something like that. Here we go. Do you have an estimated date when you will be leaving the Philippines? Will you be going to Bangkok first or to Phuket? Very good question. I did a video, I think, excuse me, if you watched that, obviously you watched the video. And the big thing about that is the offloading. So there's a ton of stuff that we have to do with May to get her out of the country the first time. And I was really getting kind of discouraged by the list of things that had to be done. And May was gone practically all day yesterday. And I got some great suggestions also from comments on that video. So thank you guys. The primary thing with taking a Filipina out of the country for the first time and prevent her from being what's called offloaded or denied entry onto the plane is that she's not being, used for nefarious reasons. Sex trafficking, human trafficking against her will, et cetera, or her just trying to escape the Philippines. So May went out yesterday and put together a scrapbook because she watched a video. And I said, what about just your phone? She goes, no, I watched the video. So she had a bunch of pictures of her and I printed out. And plus an obvious solution is my YouTube channel that goes back. So I think as far as her and I being a legitimate couple, we've squashed any kind of doubt that may have. We've gone to an attorney. We have an appointment to see him on Monday. Today is what, Saturday? And so the attorney made me feel a lot better after talking to him. He's an awesome guy. I've heard nothing but good news about him since I got here. And fortunately, I've never needed an attorney. I've never had any legal issues. So anyway, we're going to go see him Monday. I'm going to have him answer a few more questions. To answer this question, however, my dream flight is to fly from Dumaguete to Manila. Go through and give plenty of time. I don't mind a 6-hour layover or 8 hours. I don't care. If we get there in the morning, we don't leave until late in the afternoon or the evening. That's cool with me because I want to get through this immigration thing with May. And I want to give that plenty of time. So then I want to go to Bangkok. And I want to spend the evening in Bangkok once we get there. Because I'm figuring, I'm 95% sure just by looking at the flights and how they work, we're going to land at night sometime. And so we may as well just get a hotel room next to the airport. And I wanted to spend a couple of nights in Bangkok, but there's some people that are in Bangkok that I'd like to have dinner with. We want to have dinner with us. But I think it's best for us just to bust a move this first trip and get it kind of over and done with. What I wanted to do is there's 13 flights a day that leave from Bangkok to Phuket. And so my dream scenario is to go spend the night in Bangkok, get back on the phone, on the Orbitz or whatever I use, and book the flight that day. And guess what? If I can't book a flight that day because they're all crowded, cool. We'll spend another night in Bangkok. I'll have that flexibility. It's a vacation. It's supposed to be relaxing. You know, it's not supposed to be this ordeal that we're halfway being put through. I'm going to do an Airbnb in Phuket, right next door to my best friend Gary, if it's still available. And turns out he was going to try to book it for me through the guy directly. Because he has like a 6-month or a 1-year lease, something like that on the place. It was going to save me a few $100. Turns out I'm going to need to actually physically book it because they want proof of accommodations. And the other thing they want is an itinerary. And it's like, I don't have an itinerary. I don't have a plan on Monday and then one on Tuesday and Wednesday. But I talked with another guy that just did this whole deal. And basically, May will just need to tell them, well, I want to go see a temple. We're going to go see the big Buddha. We're going to go to the floating restaurant. We're going to go look at the monkey zoo or whatever. And that should suffice. There's a CFO that's got to be filled out or doesn't. I don't know. The affidavit from the attorney, I think, is fine. We've got a rental agreement. We've got bank statements. She's going to have money in her purse. She's going to dress very modestly. I'm going to make sure she looks like some frumpy housewife from Florida. Absolutely no skin showing whatsoever. And try to keep it just as low-key and calm as possible. The biggest problem with this whole deal is May herself, because she gets almost a palsy reaction when she's under pressure. In fact, it is palsy. Her hands shake like hell. So let's see. We'll go through some of these. Here's a question. All right. Hi to everybody saying hi, by the way. Dr. Detroit, Dan Asher, Patrick Searle. It's good. I like the bike. I've been meaning to do a review on it, and haven't had time. And we have been driving May's bike a lot for the simple reason that it's got a floorboard and a hook. And when May and I go out, we usually go on a mission to bring something back every time. The ADV, you need to put a box on the back. I need to put a box on the back to carry groceries and stuff. There's just nowhere to hang anything. So it's just more of a riding bike. But as far as riding, I love it. It's smoother, it's faster, it's got much more ground clearance. Uh, it handles great. So yeah, I got no problems with the ADV. Here we go. May's scooter driving. Let me answer that one for you, my friend. She is, as we speak, she is driving up and down the street in front of the house. So for the last 2 weeks, her brother has been coming over faithfully every morning because I gave him the gay scooter, and so he owes me. And so he's been coming over faithfully and driving with her. I was riding on the back and helping her, but there's two problems. Number one, communication. When I say words like accelerate, you know what that means. So it's better to have a native speaker on the back. Number two, he weighs about half as much as I do. So that dynamic is handled. The physical dynamic is handled. And he took her out and for the last 2 weeks, and she's goosing up and down the street. We were at a grass, dirt, if you will, soft dirt oval where she initially crashed the bike, if you saw that video. And we went there together, and I let her drive it by herself. I was terrified she was going to floor it, which is what she did the first time. But she didn't. So it was me trying to get her to speed up and to look forward. She was looking down. And so her brother was a godsend because of the language. It's her brother. She's comfortable with him. She's comfortable with me, but again, just trying to get my point across. And so she's having, her only issue, she says right now, is going downhill. And so she just came racing back about 5 minutes ago and announced that she went downhill, and she was very proud of herself because there were some bicyclists on the right side, and she overtook them, and she was able to pass them successfully. So we're going to do a video probably this weekend about that, or not, depends. I got so many videos that are like halfway to the home stretch. Her motorcycle riding, John's update, and the update on our Thailand trip. And so much of it is like, we won't have the answers to John until tomorrow. We'll have an answer about the trip until Monday. Won't have, and then I guess the scooter makes the most sense. All right. Curious about John. Let me give you some updates on it. It's not a secret, but I'll put it all out in a video. More people watch videos than they do live streams. John, when he landed, had a core of guys, 3 guys, and they had already gone ahead and rented him a room, like a boarding house type of thing. And it's cost him $330 a month for the room. They prepaid the first month. He got in, he spent 3 days getting settled. A gentleman named Roy took him out and drove him around. John didn't have any clue where anything was in the town. Got him a driver's license, got him a bank account, and set him up with different charitable organizations, if you will, Salvation Army, a church group. And so in the month that John's been there, the first week, he did get a job. He is employed currently. He's making $15 an hour, and he's working between 30 and 34 hours a week, I think it is. He's supposed to get his first paycheck tomorrow. A real godsend was the Salvation Army actually came over day before yesterday and gave him a check for his rent. They do that one time. And so his first paycheck was going to go to rent, and then he's only going to have about $150 left over, and for 2 weeks. And he's on his own. We're told him no more freebies. You're going to have to figure this out. And so now he gets to bank the $500 or $600 or whatever his check's going to be. He's super concerned about Diana and the kids and sending her money. And we keep having a talking doubtful edge on that. We say, John, once you get your check, just send it $50 a month, $100 a month. The primary thing for John is that he gets himself a bank of money stored up, if you will. And of course, take care of his kids and contribute to that. And he wants to do it, and he's going to do it. So that's good. What else is going on with old John? He's got a bicycle. He got a bunch of free stuff. Oh, there's a food bank. So food is kind of like a non-issue. He doesn't have to spend his money on food. He's primarily got rent and then just, essentials, maybe he wants to get a snack or go to McDonald's one day or something like that. Sure. But he works 6 days a week, and he has his good days and his bad days. We put it to you that way. Let's see. Big question. How is your dad and the kids doing? They are all doing good in their current condition. My father's doing fine. I talked to my sister 3 days ago and checked up on him. He's doing okay. And my 3 children are all in their various states of discombobulation. Dave wants to know if there's any luck with Starlink. I haven't heard anything about it other than it was possibly coming. What's the main topic of the day? Whatever you guys want it to be, my friend. We talked a little bit about John. We talked a little bit about baby May and her driving skills. I'll reiterate, she's light years ahead of where she was. And she is proof of something that I've long believed, is that mental mind over matter, if you will, or mind over body. 90% of May's problem driving has been mental, just overcoming fear, anxiety, and practice makes perfect. All the old sayings fall into place here. She's enjoying herself. She's still very cautious. She's still very slow, which is fine with me. She's wearing full-on gear, long pants, shoes, sweatshirt, helmet, pads, the whole thing. This morning, her brother didn't come, but her nephew did. And her nephew's been driving for 3 days, and he's better than May is. And he's racing up and down the street now, too. So we got 2 people learning to ride the scooter. And it just, it had to be May's idea. And May faded it after she crashed for about 2 or 3 months. And then one day popped out of the house and said, hey, I want to learn to drive my scooter. And so her and I went out and we did. And then we got busy. And another month went by where she did nothing. Not intentionally. We just got busy. By the time we got home, I was tired. She was tired. And then she struck a deal with her brother. He comes at 5 o'clock every morning, 5:30. Sun's just coming up. And they buzz around for an hour. And right now, she's all by herself in front of the house, just goosing up and down. She has issues with going downhill. Again, practice makes perfect, so we're happy. The offloading red tape is almost as bad. Yeah, man. It's here's another great tip that I got from you guys. So I can't thank you enough, those that commented on the video. Some of the obvious stuff that I didn't even think of was our YouTube channel. Again, is just proof beyond proof that we're together. So that's legit. Money in the bank. She's just they want to know if she's got a job or not. And YouTube, you can't really declare as a job. They don't recognize that. They didn't recognize it at banks. They didn't recognize it somewhere else when she was getting a police. But all she has to say is the truth, is that she works catering with her sister, which she does. That's what she was doing when I met her. She's pretty much retired from that and focuses on her YouTube channel. But that's always available. And they seem to grasp that very simply because that's the commonality out here. You get a paycheck? Of course not. I get paid 300 pesos a day. That they understand. The other great tip that I was given by like 3 guys was do not get a female immigration officer. If there's options there, because she's got to go through one section of immigration and I go through another. And they're going to question her, and I imagine they're going to question me. I'm not really sure how it works, but that's what I'm hearing. But they said, get a man, don't get a woman. All the women will give her a harder time than the men will. And it boils down to the guy that you get. It just boils down to that. Is this person cool and secure within himself and sees that all this effort that's been put into this big pile, return tickets, hotels booked, scrapbook, letter from an attorney. Good Lord, if that's not enough, what is? Itinerary, I can't give you an itinerary, pal. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to play it by ear. But these are the 5 or 6 things that we've got planned. One day we'll go to the beach. One day we'll go look at the elephants. One day we'll go here, we'll go there. We'll do this, we'll do that. But I think once you get past that first one is the key. But you never know. Just never know who you're going to get, man. Let's see. Everybody's in the house. Thank you very much. Let's see. Here's a good question. Paul, will the exchange rate in Thailand be favorable to the U.S. dollar? Yeah. When I would live there back in the day, back in 2009 to 2010, I was getting 33, and I believe it is 36 as of now. Thank you very much, Antonio. Appreciate that. Let's see. I'm skipping some guys right now. It's mostly guys saying hi. So hi to everybody that's saying hi. I don't want to be rude, but I'm famous for missing comments. Jeff from the old stomping grounds in California, recently looking forward to your new videos about Thailand. Yeah, we're looking forward to doing videos from there. I'm a little more selfish. I kind of want to get in and not do, work. It's not work, but it's still, you got to get the camera, you got to get this, you got to pack a backpack and worry about microphones and lighting and all that kind of stuff. So I want to spend a couple, 3 days just doing our thing. And then I think the easiest way for me to do YouTube is to knock as many videos out as possible in one day. And I've only done that once. I had a day once, a year and a half ago, where I saw one guy and another guy and another guy, like 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and they were all interviews. And I just had, all of a sudden I had 3 videos. To be perfectly transparent with you, most of my videos are done about 2 hours before I post them. And I just kind of sit around and think, well, what should I talk about? And then May comes in and takes my picture, and that's our thumbnail. So I don't put a lot of effort into this. I'm sorry. Let's see. Is the Thailand trip a precursor to a permanent move? Possibly. I don't like the word permanent as much, Reckless G1, but it would definitely be a nice alternative. I think 60 days with a 30-day extension is possible without going through a bunch of visa stuff. But 60 days is cool too. So just to go hang out there for a couple of months and knock around and then come back here and knock around for 3 or 4 months and then pick another spot and go there. That's why I came here. I like the flexibility. The only reason we haven't been traveling either inter-island or out of the country is COVID. Good old COVID. Good old COVID. Don't you glad that's in our rearview mirror? I hope it stays that way. Let's see. Do I have prearranged accommodations? Yes, but not booked. So I already know where I'm going to be staying. I had to, what do you call it? I was going to book everything today or tomorrow. This is the weekend for me. It's Saturday and then obviously Sunday after that. But I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off till Monday because Monday is when we see the attorney. And I just want to make sure that all of our ducks are in a row. I did not want to book the Airbnb. I wanted to let my friend do it, or he offered to do it. The kindness of his heart, save us a couple $100 without paying the Airbnb fee. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen because we need to show immigration that, yes, we've got a place to stay for the 3 weeks. I think we're going to make the trip 3 weeks. Sounds good to me. That keeps us well under the 30 days or 60 days or whatever it is you get on arrival. And I'm not going to sweat that. And then we'll go in there, we'll tap around, see how May likes it. I already know I like it. I'm sure she's going to like it. It's going to be thrilling for her. She knows nothing about geography, which is not her fault. She has less than a first grade education. And she's one of the smartest people I know for, on the other end. But so yeah, accommodations, I have them mentally. I have them. I just haven't actually booked it. Let's see, where are we here? In the process of watching and learning from your experiences. That's one of the most rewarding things about doing a little YouTube channel that was a side benefit, is I had no clue that when I get online and I just tell the truth, which is the only way to go, by the way, and just tell you about successes and failures and how I did it and what happened and what went right and what went wrong, instead of trying to sugarcoat it or, gloss it up or use special effects and all that shit. I think it's I didn't realize how many guys have come up to me that I've met in person and said, I learned a lot just about this and that and the other. And so that was sort of a side effect of the channel. So yeah. I am so ready for spicy food. I am so ready. May won't be able to take it, but that's too bad. We'll just have to have it specially made. Hey, Nicholas. Hey, Mr. Detroit. Watch out for the Thailand scams. I'm familiar with those. They're not that terrible. Mostly it's the rental stuff like jet skis. Those are brutal. Of course, there's touts, guys that try to sell you stuff. Marijuana has been legalized. I don't smoke marijuana, neither does May. But they will try to sell you drugs on the street is another scam. And then there's a cop right around the corner, and that's a big extortion game that they play. So I'm familiar with all that stuff. But we're not doing drugs or anything, so it's not even an issue. But for those that do, those that like the recreational part of life, let's see. Paul, sound like you're back at the car lot. How's that? Let's see. Oh, I forgot about that. Why didn't we get to hear maybe the snake story on the bike? We have yet to make the bike video, but there was a snake on our bike. And you know what? I forgot about that. We have a picture of the snake, but it's taken, I don't have my phone here, but it's taken like this instead of like this. So I don't know if it'll format into the video. We're going to try to slide that in because May knows how to do all that cool stuff. But yeah, that'll be part of the driving update. And it's funny as hell. What a story. Let's see. Yes, I've seen her bike training video. It was a train wreck. It sure was. But it was more of a bike wreck. Here's not John again. LOL. Yeah. I actually grew wary of John way before you guys did the video thing. I mean, I don't run a soap opera here, but it was kind of like I did a lot of videos because people were asking, what's the update? And I figured they deserved to know, and it didn't kill me to sit down for 15 or 20 minutes and tell you about it. So here we go. Let's see here. Yeah, it was good to see you too. We were at JRC getting a lack of information. How are you, Don? I got to try that shirt on yet. I'm saving it for a special occasion. Don gave me the shirt. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's what I forgot this too. He did. John got this big ass lump that he's got on his neck looked at. He's scheduled, I believe, to do a more thorough examination, and they basically told him it's either just a weird growth, like something that like a cyst type of deal, or it could be malignant. Don't know. But he's going to get. There's a free clinic there. Let's see. There you go. Now we're cooking. The only thing we ever ask here on the Old Dog Channel live stream, and I don't know why, is a like. It's tradition. So hydrate, bend at the knees. I know it's difficult. That like button can, stretch, do all those things before you hit it. Where is the chicken? The chicken is over there. I got nowhere to put the chicken behind me. He's kind of a couch potato with me. Let's see. Oh, yeah. What happened with May's video? God, the drill. May did a her first bikini video in like a year. I don't know what got into her that day, but she just went out and did it. Excuse me. So she went to forest camp with 3 other girls, and they were jumping around, swimming, and she got 10,000 views in less than 24 hours, which is just huge, especially for somebody with 15,000 subscribers. If you've got a little YouTube trivia for you, if you've got, say, 20,000 subscribers, 10,000 views is huge. 50% of your base on any video is a good job. I've seen that in the analytics and my own firsthand experience. So I know when I've got a clunker. I know when I've got a good one. And May was on her way to 25, 30,000 views on that video, which would have made her some money. She got like 30 new subscribers off of it in just 24 hours. And guess what? One of the ladies that was in the video, she had just met him. They went to forest camp. May made a video, and the boyfriend saw it. I won't say which lady. The boyfriend saw it and didn't like his woman being on May's YouTube channel. So the girl said, my boyfriend called May night before last, can't remember, and said, hey, my boyfriend's upset that I'm on your YouTube channel. Will you take it down? Now, May had 2 options. She could have said, hey, pound sand, I own it. That's tough. No. She came to me and she goes, oh, no, they want me to take down the video. I said, well, out of a courtesy to him, let's take it down. So anyway. How's the stroke, heart attack, fence builder guy? That's Monty. I had dinner with Monty night before last, and he looked horrible, just horrible. He was feeling horrible. He shouldn't have been out. He couldn't eat his meal. And then I talked to him yesterday morning, and he was feeling better. So comes and goes. That's a tough deal. He's running a business from afar. He's he's had the stroke. He's had some heart condition problems. I think he exerts himself too much, but at the same time, he just sits at home. He's a hands-on guy. And so just sitting at home watching Netflix makes him nuts. Make me nuts. It's fun to stay home sometimes. Sometimes I intentionally just blow the day off and do nothing. And it's like I just revel in it. I just lay around, I jack around on my phone, I'll listen to music, I'll take a nap, I'll watch a ridiculous movie on TV. Me and May will, chase each other around the apartment, whatever. It's just a day to stay home and not drive and not go anywhere and not show up. But day after day after day, it's no fun. Let's see, what do we got here? I'm planning a trip to Baguio in March. We want to go to Dumaguete for a trip to meet you in May. Hopefully Mark and Gio. Is there a house that'll go there once we arrive? No, there really isn't. They're lightening up here. And from what I understand, there's some sort of legislation to make pending. Don't quote me on this. But there's some kind of dealio where they're going to make mask wearing optional. Don't you think we've had enough of the masks and the quarantines? And anyway, let's see. Gary says you hit the nail on the head. John needs to accumulate his own wealth. Absolutely, absolutely. I could go either way on John because there's things that John does that I totally disagree with as far as a behavioral standpoint and how he reacts to situations. But I'm not going to do a hit piece on him because it's not that important. It's not that prevalent. The main thing is that John was down and out. John got support from a community. We got his ass back to America. He's employed. He is self-sufficient, and the personality deficiencies don't need to be popped up or exploited or whatever you want to call it. It is complicated to talk to him sometimes, but the aftermath of the whole thing is that there's been lifelong friendships built amongst a group of guys that we almost owe John, if you know what I'm saying. There's a group of guys that are like a band of brothers, and a lot of guys are in that group, and they're all friends. We're all friends. And the aftermath was totally positive. Let's see. Here's something. Global Greg, mind over matter. 90% of your life's believing you can do it or understand it's not the end of the world if you fail. Sometimes never failed, never tried anything new. I cannot agree with you more than that. I had a 2-hour conversation yesterday morning with Bud Brown, and we were talking about that exact topic about being able to do something that you never thought you could do. And the only way to do it is to do it and believe that you can and set your goals high. And man's reach should exceed his grasp, all that kind of stuff. I've been able to accomplish some things over here that I never thought were possible. And the only reason that I did is that I said, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. And failing's okay. You know, it's okay. Failing's a great teacher. As long as no animals are harmed. Oh, God. No animals were harmed in the making of this live stream, by the way. Hey, Paul, keep missing you downtown. Wilma and I would love to meet up with you guys. We're building a home in Down, and I would love for you and Baby May to come see it. Well, we would love to do that. Wilma and Greg, it's just a matter of time right now, my friend. So probably when we get back, yeah. Thank you, Buck. Nemesis Wolf. What's it? Hello, Paul and May. Hope you both well. Looks like it'll be a lot longer to get to the Phoenix than I thought. I'll go one more time for planning. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry you've been delayed, but you know what? Hang in there. One foot in front of the other, one day after the other, and it will eventually show up. Am I seeing inflation over here? Not really. The biggest expense that I have, and I think that you have, I don't want to speak for you, or most people have, is rent or mortgage, right? You know, your dwelling. And then after that would be transportation, i.e. A car, and then insurance, and the list goes down and down and down. So over here, my rent has never changed in the 5 years I've been here. It's $400 a month, round numbers. Less now with the exchange rate. More when I first got here. We're at what? 57 or 56, call it. And when I got here, it was full 10 points below that. It was at 46, 47. So I got a big raise just by the exchange rate. Inflation, gas prices went up. That's almost a non-issue with us because we drive bikes. And even if we drove a car, we don't drive that much or go that far. And when we do, it might be $30 a month. How you like that? A month. 30, 40 bucks a month, call it. It's so small, I don't even keep track of it. It's just, we go fill up either once a week or every other day, depending on how much we're goosing around. Food has gone up somewhat, nothing crazy. If you want to eat and live like a local, that hasn't changed at all. Again, the rent is just static. So as long as that stays there, we're cool for school. Let's see, driving here in the Philippines is a trip. Almost no traffic lights. When you get an intersection, everybody just slows down and weaves through. But I'm used to it now. I'm the same way, Al. Exact same thing. It almost has a life of its own. It's like blood cells going through an artery. It just sort of like has its own little mindset, and you just sort of vibe into it. Let's see here. Yeah. Hi to everybody saying hi. I want to kind of jump comments here. Find some questions. You're doing something right. Yeah, you know what? That's a good statement. Thank you. You're doing something right. Brother Baby May looks happier and sexier every time I see her on video. You got this. Baby May is a happy camper. You know, she's had a great freaking week, except for having to take her good video down. She had a #1 video. It was just monster. It was going to be huge. But she had to take it down. God love her. Anyway, she goes, okay, I'll make another one. That's her. And she's learning to ride the scooter. She got her passport. And it's like all this nonsense for the last 6 months. It's been trials and tribulations finally came to fruition, finally came to success. And I think that all the trials and tribulations, in fact, I know for a solid fact that if it had been easy, it wouldn't have been appreciated. And now it's like, wow, that was hard. You know, hard getting a passport, hard learning this scooter. It was hard to take down that video. But okay, I did it. I win. She wins. The Buddy Show. We're going to have to, 60 plus 30. I always get it confused. Thank you. Yeah, so 60 days on arrival on the visa there. So we're only there 3 weeks. It's really a non-issue. So we can go for 90 days. Extend it out for the 30. Thank you, buddy. We'll see you hopefully while we're there. I don't know if on this trip, but definitely the next one. The next trip, I'm already thinking about the next trip, but I haven't taken the first one. But the next trip, I do want to get her over there, get it under the water, find out, and then the second trip, hopefully will be just smooth sailing. And then we want to go back and spend more time doing different stuff and traveling around and hanging out with some people. We've had 2 or 3 dinner invitations already. And it's like, I don't want to commit to that, man, because we're traveling and I just kind of want to get it done. You know what I mean? I just kind of want to get there, get the hotel room, get the other flight, get there, check in, go run around, do our medical stuff. It's like when I went to America, I had a day-to-day goals to reach. And so, I don't know, maybe if there's enough people in Thailand, we'll have a meet and greet. It worked here. I see almost all you can carry on is 10K. Did it change? I don't honestly know. I know $10,000 can be a deal, but 10,000 pesos? I've never had any issue with that. What I plan to do with May, in fact, is put about 20,000 pesos in her purse and a couple of $100. Somebody told me that she can't take 50,000 pesos, more than 50,000 pesos out of the country, which I understand. They don't want their money leaving. I get that. That makes sense. So I was going to put $1,000 in her purse, but not anymore. Thank God for another comment. Again, thank you guys. I asked for comments. I got them. And they're some very, very, very solid suggestions. Just stuff that I didn't think of or didn't know. So I'll put 20,000 pesos in her purse. That's $400. And I'll slip a couple of $100 in there, just American money, so she looks more legit. Hey, old dog, do you know what brand? Good formula, guys. I do not. In fact, the kids are off of formula now. But thanks for asking. I know what you're thinking. But no, from what I understand, the kids are sitting up and taking, real nourishment for you. Let's see, Ireland here. Wishing you both a nice vacation in Thailand. You guys have a few drinks on me. Well, thank you very much for that. Can't wait for your visit in Thailand. I really appreciate all of them. You provide lots of great information the right way in my book. Thanks. Well, thank you very much, Ireland. Ireland Pierre, thank you so much. We will have a drink in your honor, even though we don't drink. I got news for you. I'm not much of a drinker, but once I get May's ass on that plane, I'm thinking positively. I'm going to have a Bloody Mary. What do you think? It's been about 10 years since I've had one. Can you give pointers on travel bags, how to travel with cash safely? Yeah, I can do that. I'll do that in a video. Lock tote, think lock tote. We have a lock tote. That was actually a gift from my friend AJ, who's in Thailand. And so that's a good way to carry money and valuables. The luggage thing, I think we're going to go ahead and ink up to take a piece of luggage and check it, even though I hate checking luggage. It's unclear about the carry-on thing. One other thing that I'm going to do on Monday, the reason I'm stalling buying the tickets is I have to check on knucklehead stuff like luggage. So when I travel with a backpack, which is kind of like a non-item, and then a little travel carry bag, and that's storable, and I get away with that. But I'm hearing conflicting reports as if we can get away with that. So I know her and how she packs. She just came in the door, so apparently, hey May, how'd it go?
Huh?
How'd it go?
I've been in the Valencia.
Oh, you went to Village?
Down, up, down.
Up, down, up, down.
Yeah.
All right, well, cool off, and then come say hi to everybody. All right. Did you apply for a 60-day tourist visa? No, it's visa on arrival, Brian, from what I understand.
Yeah.
But I'll clear that up again with the lawyer. There she is. Just came back from her. I was just bragging about your scooter ride.
Yeah, up in the mountain.
So you're going on the streets.
Yeah.
You're by yourself.
Yeah, by myself.
And you have problems going down.
Yeah.
But now you're better?
Yeah, better.
No,
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
You can't get any better than that.
Because if have the car, how to know how to the brakes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then how to know for the overtake.
For the overtake.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, hi everyone.
You excited about Thailand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I success.
Yeah. So you put together pictures yesterday.
Yeah, I prefer.
You prepare.
Yeah, I need prepared for the things. Sorry, I'm not prepared.
She just got out.
Bye.
All right. Thanks for stopping by, baby mate. Anytime you can.
You want coffee?
I got coffee, sweetheart. All right. Let's get back to it here. Let's see. The Buddy Show. I just did my 30-day extension. Easy peasy. If you come here, stay in the old city near Thai Fog Gate. Okay. Actually, we're just going to go to Phuket and do, what do you call it? High rise. For you younger folks, this is what your future is going to look like. As you search for words that are very commonplace. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. What happened here? Oh, all right. One of the things I like about you, you're firm, Chris. The obvious. Yeah. Yeah. That's what a big start. It's all I can do sometimes not to say that to somebody when they comment on my videos. Like, thank you, Captain Obvious. Oh my God. Peace and love from Boston. Here's a lover and a fighter. Barry's in jail. Why would you donate to this clown black-eyed king used car saleswoman? All right, one of my biggest fans. Nice to see you too. I wish I could pin you, but I can't pin it. I can only do that in videos. Make sure you comment on my video. I'll pin it. Yeah, we like doing the sightseeing stuff. We love driving around. Um, you know what? To be honest with you, we just been so busy meeting people in person and enjoying every minute of it. But to do a video, it's like just kind of at home. Just get out and all this other stuff. It's a long deal here just to get something done. What's this say? John Ross, 10,000 American. That isn't final. That's true. You can have more than 10,000 pesos. Is a different story. 50,000 pesos. Thank you very much. It's the max anyone can carry in or out. Anyone. So that's me too. See, I don't have a big need for pesos when I'm leaving the country. It's just airports, snacks and stuff. So, yeah, I'm glad somebody said that to me because I was going to stuff more money in her. So I figured more the merrier, make her look more, legit. But anyway. All right. Thank you very much. We're doing our best, Dan. I'll be in Thailand in January. Good on you. Paul, that jerky guy showed up your clip with John. You're so much better than him. Who are you talking about, Cher? Paul, that jerky guy showed your clip with we got all kinds of people showing my clips. I need to do a disclaimer while we're talking about this. A guy sent me a video of a guy that I wasn't even aware of. And this guy is smashing and trolling the Filipino P. And he used some video of mine where I was talking about a scammer or something like that. And he was calling the P a scammer and then putting my video clip in. And even though he had a disclosure that it said, this is not Paul talking about the P, I thought, well, that doesn't work if someone's just listening to audio. And I don't ever comment. I'm in a quandary here. So if you guys know who I'm talking about, I don't want to say the name of the channel because I don't want to promote it. It's all these trolling guys, they should all just go away. But he's attacking little P and then using video clips from other videos that I've done and making all these assertions and claims and everything about her, which she doesn't deserve. She's just working like the rest of us, knuckleheads. And so you guys know what I'm talking about? Maybe, I don't know. I'm going to knock it off. If you see it, understand that it's not me. It's not me talking about her. Let's see, 10,000, I had about 20,000. Oh, man, I was leaving Philippines to help me show me that it's only 10,000 pesos. Well, then, cool. You know what? I'll err on the side of caution here and just put 9,000 in her purse, I guess. I'll ask the attorney. See, everything's going to the attorney. More info at Mark Richard. Okay. I'm suing you. I hit the like button and threw out my elbow. Thank God we got the attorney. Just in time. Yeah. Come on, trolls. Where are you? Exactly. We only had one. We had the one guy. Oh, my goodness. Because May is just so cute. She sure is. You know what? I got to tell you, she was killing me with cuteness this week. Because when she came, she was walking to the, what's it called? Department of Foreign Affairs to get her passport. She was like triple speed. That was a woman walking with a purpose. And then when she came out, you couldn't beat the grin off her face. And then yesterday, she come wheeling up, all proud of herself on the scooter, and parked in front. Was waiting for me to see her. So it was really cute, and yeah, it was fun. It's been a good week, finally. Yeah, so I guess that the thing to do here is I'm reading the comments, guys. I'm just not putting them all up on the screen. Is give her some money, put 10,000 or so, maybe $100 bill, and then I'll be there. And as long as we got all these other goofy forms filled out. I get it. Nice. She had respect for the boyfriend, but damn, I would be. Yeah, that's talking about the video that May had to take down. I get it too. The guy and I obviously think differently, which doesn't make either one of us right or wrong. But when May leaves, she leaves. And when May goes to do something, she does. She's a grown-ass woman. And she can go do whatever she wants. I am not a taskmaster. I'm not one of these guys with my thumb on her, And she does something that she wants to do, a video of herself running around in a bikini. More power to you, girlfriend. Have fun. And I would almost question the security factor. I think, I had another guy. I've had a number of guys that May has asked their girlfriends to be on the channel, to interview them or to go on an adventure with her, not necessarily in a bikini. And the guys have insisted that they go along and supervise. I thought, really? I can't wait to get rid of her. Give me 2 hours alone, for God's sakes. Why do you want to go and supervise her? What's with the control thing? I don't know. Here's what it is. I think it's insecurity myself. If I have, I'm proud of May. I'm proud of everything May does and how she operates and her courage, if you will, and the crap she puts up with from the trolleys and all that good stuff. And it was really just a flash of people swimming. I didn't see the big deal. I have a bit of a silly question when it comes to foreigners. What country, baby May? Got a question for you. Do Filipinos prefer foreigners from a certain country? Like, do they like Canadians or do they like Americans or do they like blacks or do they like Australians?
USA.
Huh?
USA.
May says USA. That's because I'm from the USA, so she doesn't know what else to say.
What's your USA?
Yeah, I can hear a little bird in the background there, but I can answer that question. No, they don't care. They don't care. They just want you to be nice, respectful. Man, I just searched. Man, just search Bahama, Philippines, John. Really? Oh yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying. The videos that were made about the video were made about the video, and then the videos were made about the videos. My life was its own, didn't it? I'm glad that's over with. I'm going to do one final thing, one final update after he gets his paycheck, and then that's that. I told him maybe 3 or 4 months down the line from now, he can join me on a live stream. That would be kind of cool. That'd be fun, The smoke will have cleared. It will be over and done with. Hopefully the drama is gone, and but he would be a fun guest to have on, and I think you guys would enjoy it. Matthew, thank you for your great content. Have a cup on me. Well, we appreciate that very much, Matthew. Thank you so much. You can't kick a dog while he's down. Got that right, girlfriend. I wonder if John is looking for a father figure. He should have asked him about his parents. I do know about his parents. I would say that I would say that you're correct on that. And I think he looks to me somewhat as a father figure. I do know, I guess it's okay to share. John's father left at a very young age and was abusive, was alcoholic. I learned that over lunch one day. Let's see. I'm reading your comments, kids, but I'm trying to put up questions more than anything else and statements. Oh, here's one. How was the YouTuber meetup at Ground Zero? Did you meet any crazy people? All of you guys were crazy that showed up at Ground Zero. We had a lot of fun. A lot of friendships were formed. It was, I think, a success. and Ground Zero was mad at me because I didn't tell them it was happening. I have not yet. I have yet to walk back into Ground Zero because I got a little bit of an ass chewing. By the staff, they're like, "Hey, we didn't know all these people were going to be here." And I'm like, "Hey, are you making money? Are you getting tips?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, then you're welcome." I don't know. You get mad at me for sending business your way. Jesus. Oh, God. Honest question. Are there any YouTube channels or websites that can go in depth with requirements for long-term visits to the Philippines? Well, for travel, I recommend Jennifer Terry. She's by far the best. Life Beyond the Sea with Rike has some really solid information. Geo's channel, he usually does more informational stuff than I ever do. But there might be bigger and better out there than those guys. Not Jennifer Terry. I think she's the best as far as travel. Short synopsis is, I think I've done a video or two about the visa process here. I'll sum it up for you right now. You can come in as a tourist and you can renew up to 3 years. And then after 3 years, you are required to leave the country for 24 hours. And then you come right back and start all over again. So but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to leave the country every 5 or 6 months and go somewhere. And so that way I don't have to fiddle around with the exit clearance thing, which is a drag and a pain, and another trip or more expense. And I would like to just do like a Singapore 2-dayer with May. Just go say, hey, we went to Singapore. Get more stamps in her passport, Hong Kong, whatever. I heard Taiwan, we're not supposed to go there for some reason. Kuala Lumpur. I'm not a big fan of Vietnam, but maybe I'll give it another try. Let's see. What do you dislike the most about the Philippines? Well, it kind of depends on what time of day you ask me that question. But for right now, my number one dislike is the bureaucracy and the paperwork. Everything is done via paperwork. Copies on top of copies on top of copies. To go in and get one thing done, sometimes you have to go accomplish 3 other things first. Like for me to open a bank account, it's a prime example. She couldn't open a bank account without first going to get a police clearance. And then after the police clearance, we had to go to the county treasurer and pay some money. And then we had to go to somebody else, who I forget who that was, and give them 60 pesos. It wasn't a lot of money. It was like $3 or $4 total. Then we had to gather all that paperwork and take it down to the bank. And then they had more paperwork. So that's my primary thing right now. You're hearing about the trip out of town. There's photographs, there's bank statements, there's itineraries, trips, legal documents, rental agreements we're taking with us. May's going to dress a certain way. I don't know. I kind of like I guess I'm a spoiled American, where you just go and do what you want to do. There's not a lot of authoritarian stuff happening. It's kind of sad in a way, but other than that, what I don't like about the Philippines, I'm not excited about their cuisine. And I've never been shy to say that. I'm not nuts about their food choices. That's just me. Let's see here. Paul, on the guy you were helping with the twins, you lost me as you kept referencing his problem with the barangay. Why not just family? I can't understand how the barangay would influence his life. Well, that's a very fair question, David. John actually is the one that referred to the barangay. The family consists of his girlfriend, her sister, and her mother, and they live in this small barangay. When you think barangay, think little, Indian reservation or something. I don't know, just a small community of people. And they all get involved in everybody's business. So you don't just, according to John, and you have to temper that with, well, I'll just leave it at that. But the barangay apparently in this little circle plays a big role in damn near any decision that anybody makes. There might be 10 or 12 families involved in this little encampment. I don't pretend to know. I have no intention of going out there. I was talking to my friend Jim that maybe we should do a drive-by one day. It's not far. When he gets his car, we might just do that. We just might drive through and take a look around. Not stop even, just check it out. But apparently the barangay is kind of like part of the family. It's a community, a village, if you want to call it. I see, I wonder if John's girlfriend is going to find him the guy while he's away. Probably. I don't know. For a fact, maybe, maybe not. Yeah, but probably. Let's see. Hi, Paul. No time, no here. Where is May? May was on the show a little while ago, Annie. Maybe she'll come back. She just got off. She's exhausted from her motorbike practicing. Let's see. Just Keith's channel. I'd like to drop 100 pesos, but I think Paul doesn't need it anymore. Yeah, thanks for the thought, Jess. It's all good. May is practicing riding the bike on the street out in front of his house. There you go. But she's back now. Let's see. When will you be hitting 100,000 subscribers, Paul? I don't know. Subscribers are awesome. I love every one of them that are faithful to the channel. I've made more friends than you can imagine. Really had some phenomenal interactions with them. I've had a few clunkers, but far and few between, really. Honest to God, just mostly just nice, stoic men and women, supportive, demonstrative, articulate, some not so much, and it's all fun. It's just good. 100,000 is pretty meaningless to me. I'm happy with 20,000, to be honest with you. And if someone doesn't watch the channel, I like reality. So if 10,000 people dropped off because they just subscribed and never watched it again, that would be fine with me. That would be just totally fine with me. I would really rather know how many people are really in there. I'm not on a race to the top, in other words. And the only thing that really matters is views. You could have 100,000 subscribers, and if only 5,000 people watch it, what's the point? Let's see, what do we got here? Can anyone recommend decent mobile repair chain store in Manila? I sure can't. Well, maybe somebody out there can help you. Late to the game, so I missed the first 36 minutes. You missed nothing, Gary. It was just me talking. I just want to wish you all the best. Thank you so much, Gary Berg. Gary Berg's been one of the longtime friends. He actually bought May an oven when she first started her cooking adventure. You know, we still have it, and we still often talk about Gary. Let's see. He did. Yes. The short answer is yes. He got his own. No, not an independent apartment. I apologize. He's living with other guys. There's a, what do you call it? Like a boarding house type of thing. Good day to you. Let's see. I don't want to fiddle with that. Thank you for the offer. But to be quite honest with you, I hate to admit this, but all that stuff confuses me. And one thing I love, you know, ask me what I don't like about the Philippines, but I'll tell you one thing I love about the Philippines is that it's a cash society. Now, I resisted that and resisted that and resisted that notion even for the first year and a half. And I've come to the conclusion, and I can guarantee you something. If you live in a cash society, you'll spend less money. I save money every month. with the exception of my first 6 months when I was learning the ropes. I've been here 5.5 years, so I can tell you for the last 5 years, I have had positive cash flow month in and month out that I am able to set aside for emergencies, a trip to Thailand, just for my Social Security check. That's nothing else. And then anything that comes from YouTube advertisements goes in there too. When you have a debit card or a credit card, the impulse to pick up the check, the impulse to buy some widget that you don't really need, is because it's bright and shiny, it's right there. But when you watch that money go from your hand to somebody else's, it's a different psychological effect. And it's helped me tremendously as far as budgets. And I have an envelope that we put our rent in. We have an envelope that we'll put, our knucklehead money in that we're going to use that week. And as that envelope gets smaller and smaller and our weekly budget starts to diminish, we just kind of automatically scale back. And it's easy to do because all you really need is food, shelter, electricity. After that, it's all pleasure, if you will. I see lots of videos about expats moving to the Philippines and Thailand. Anyone have any experience with the universities? I'm retired Navy and my son graduates high school this year. I don't. I wish I could tell you. I don't have any kids here. I don't have any in school. So I'd like to help you, but I can't. If I can't, if I don't know, I don't know. Meet and greet sounds like it. When I come in, you can take care of everyone in one go. I like the meet and greets. I like the meet and greets because not only do I get to meet everybody, but people make friends with other guys that they normally, or women that they normally wouldn't know. So that was the dynamic in California. That was the dynamic in Vegas. And there's people that are still, they don't talk to me anymore. They're off on their own thing, They're like, oh God, a Bloody Mary sounds good. Doesn't a Bloody Mary sound good? After 5 or 6 years of not having any kind of hard alcohol, I've had a beer here and there, but for some reason, getting on a plane after getting through all the sweat equity that we got to go through just to get the seat, and we're in there and we're sitting next to each other, I'm gonna have a friggin' Bloody Mary. Maybe I'll wait till I get to the hotel. I don't know. I don't really like to drink on planes. I think that's it. I'll have one at the hotel bar right after we're all settled in. That'll be the time I can really relax. I think that anybody that's young, my friend, will learn more just by the act of traveling to a country like this and going to university. I think the life lessons that will supersede any kind of diploma or degree that you're pursuing. You can always change. You can always, go back to conventional school if you don't feel the education is subpar itself. But I say the cure for America's youth right now, if you want to call it a cure, their disgruntlement, their unhappiness. They've come out of COVID. A lot of them are depressed. A lot of them, there's family issues. There's the political divide. There's all this gender stuff that's going on. It's a very confusing time for young people right now. My heart goes out to them because they're at such a stage of life where they're trying to find themselves, and express themselves. Send their ass for a month, if nothing else, to a third world country and let them just see how the other half lives. Amazing statistic is if you earn $33,000 US a year, you're in the top 1% of the planet as far as income. Let that sink in. And do your kids a favor. Instead of buying them a new Mustang, buy them a ticket. And send them to school. And when they come back, buy them a used Taurus. Yeah, Jennifer, I watched that. Yeah, she addresses that very. I'll tell you, I love this Jennifer Terry. You guys got to check her out if you're traveling. Living abroad. Oh, there's my buddy. Oh, what's going on, Alex? Hi, Paul. I'm excited to release. Oh, you're going to release the interview you did with me? Yee. Thanks, man. It was fun meeting you. Hope to see you again soon. Let's see. Yes. John got a boarding room. That's true. And 34 hours of work a week at $15 an hour. These people, Paul, and paid his first month's Salvation Army, paid the second month rent. Yes, that's correct. Thank you very much. That is the update. If you're traveling with any of the low-cost Asian airlines, definitely check about check-in baggage. I think you're right. I'm also going to pop in either today, but they're probably closed because it's Saturday, so that's a good excuse to close, right? But on Monday, we're going to go see the attorney. I haven't booked anything yet. I was going to do it today, and I got to thinking, worst case scenario is if this thing bleeds out past my deal, I'll just have to get the exit clearance. I'll just bite it one more time. I want to do this trip right. I want to smooth the path out to where it's, we just kind of go. And we've got all of our proverbial ducks in a row. I do not want to leave a dangling participle. So, what was the question? Yeah. So I might pop into Philippine Airlines. I know I'm beating this into the ground, but one other thing about travel, because I despise airports and airplanes and airlines. I'm sorry. But if you use one airline start to finish, you're way better off than if you switch planes. Because if I take, say, Cebu Pacific from Dumaguete to Manila, and I'm taking Thai Airlines from Manila to Bangkok, and Cebu Pacific screws up and they can't get me there, I have no recourse. I lose. If I can't get to Manila, there's not another flight. So if I take Philippine Airlines to Manila and then Philippine Airlines to Bangkok, and Philippine Airlines in Dumaguete has an issue, I've got recourse. I get rebooked. I get handled. So that's another thing I'm trying to look at. I know I'm kind of overdoing it, but I tend to plan for the worst case scenarios. Reason? I've been involved in them. I know what the worst case is. Oh my God. Yeah, this is what I knew, but I always get doubt in my mind when people say stuff. But visa on arrival, 30 plus 30, easy peasy. Right on, Mr. Buddy. Good morning again, Jess. Yeah, look at that big smile on Baby May's face. Well, that was a while ago, so I'm again behind in friggin' comments. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to skip through here. Let's see. Okay, so this is where Baby May made an appearance. Yeah, Gaylord's over there on the couch. He doesn't fit behind me here. I don't have a shelf or anything to put him on. Let's see. Late to the party. Dean, I don't know. They're asking if Dean's in prison. I doubt it. I just think Dean got shut down because he was getting a little greedy. Let's see. May's expression changed so quickly when you spoke to her. What a clever, thoughtful lady. Kind and positive. She is. She's a good girl. She's goofy as the day is long, I'll tell you. This is interesting. I have a weird feeling John is not returning. I would respectfully disagree with you. I think he's chomping at the bit to get back here. I don't think he fits into America. When he came out here, he went Filipino. I mean, he just changed from an American to a Filipino as far as attitude, what he buys into, what he believes in, how he behaves. He just really, he just absorbed the culture, if you will. Primarily all the nonsense like gossip and everything. But he became Filipino for a lot of reasons. I mean, not for a lot of reasons, but in a lot of ways. He didn't act like, me. Let's see. So I can't bring more than 200. Yes, you can. You can bring as much money as you want. If you bring less than 10,000 or less, you don't have to declare it. You can bring $1 million cash. You just have to declare it. And but yeah, I'm talking about May. May cannot take more than 50,000 pesos out of the country. Is what we're talking about there. Yeah, that is the guy. He smashed the P. Yeah, that was what we were talking about earlier. I just want to do a disclosure. Some guy sent me a link to a video I was not or a channel that I was not aware of that smashes the little P. God bless her. She works really hard. She does a good job. Rock on P. And this guy, what really got under my skin is he used a piece of my video that kind of made it sound like I was talking about her, and I wasn't. So I just want that out there. If you watch the video, I'm not going to mention the channel, but if you watch the video, he's got a disclaimer that comes out in print. But it crossed my mind, what if somebody's just listening to audio? You don't get that disclaimer. And I'm not going to comment on his channel. I have a rule. Any kind of troll or smash channel, I just don't give them any attention. I starve them. It's called starve the trolls. Let's see. All righty. Let's see. Pete. Yeah, she's not. That's exactly. I agree with you 100%, Ron. Hardworking. Nobody working on. May saw her the other day. I saw her out and about yesterday. Let's see. Let's see what this says. I contacted the Philippines troll directly. Good for you. And hammered him. He's just an upset expat who lost his Filipino wife and has nothing better to do. That's usually the case. Something to that effect or degree. So the only reason I bring it up, guys, is I don't want you to think that I would never do that to anybody's channel, ever. Even if I hated their channel, I wouldn't do it. I just ignore it. Paul, do you remember Peter Vanderveer vlogger? What was up with him? I remember watching him. He was kind of one of those troll guys too. In fact, he was, and I think he got deported. Ended up on the skids and got deported, or he got back to America and just sort of disappeared. But he was like that, he's one of those guys that just does channels to bash other channels. I was thinking about bringing 10,000 USD. You can do that. You just have to declare it. If you bring $9,999, you don't. You see, the trolls dare send their sewage your way. By the way, are they really uninformed these days? Well, the troll didn't send it to me. A subscriber of my channel saw it and made me aware of it. Just brought my attention to it. Let's see. So some of this stuff's redundant. I'm not skipping on purpose. I'm just looking for questions. Yeah, please don't name the channel on here in the comments. Just please respect that, guys. I don't want to promote any of that garbage. How is Monty? Monty is up and Monty's down, kids. I had dinner with him the other night. He didn't look good. And then I told him the next day, and he says he felt better. I'd like to tell you, we're going to do a video together. I wish I could tell you it was chipper, but it's not. Let's see. Paul, do you have any tips on how to grow a YouTube channel? Yeah, the fastest way is to get promoted on another channel that's bigger than yours. I have mixed feelings about that. I do that a lot. People that are starting YouTube will come on the channel and they'll be exposed to my subscribers, if you will. I didn't have that luxury. I had to earn my 1,000. And I almost think that that's the better way to go, to be honest with you. I don't know if getting somebody over the top, if you will, overnight is really doing them any good. I think sometimes it's kind of like May's passport. She had to earn it. She had to put forth the time and the energy and the effort. And YouTube channels, I was told this on day one, and it still stands true. The only reason they survive is content. You can be as flashy as you want to be. You can have whiz bang computer graphics. You can have the latest and greatest of technology. But if you haven't got something that's either informative or entertaining or relevant to the people that are watching you, they're not going to watch it. They're not going to waste their time. There's too many people out there that will give them either information or entertainment or news, if you will. So, yeah. If you're starting to challenge us, then make videos and do the best you can. Put them out there. Try to get them promoted. But commenting like this is a good idea. It really is, because now people see Jess Keith's channel. That's how bright I am. I just picked on the fact. I just picked up on the fact that you're promoting yourself. See, I should give you hope. As someone as dumb as me. Oh my gosh. Why doesn't she fly to Bangkok on her own for a weekend trip? It's harder. It's a lot better if I'm there with her. It doesn't look like she's just taking off on her own. I can answer a lot of questions. I can sponsor, if you will, guarantee type of deal. Let's see. Here's something that I was asking about. Taiwan is not due to COVID-19. Can you believe that? Taiwan would be an awesome trip because it's really close. It's like an hour and a half away or something like that. And that would be a great trip for us to take, just to escape for a weekend or a week or whatever. Let's see. Hi, Paul. Will you be in Phuket in December? I don't know. We'll probably be here for December, for Christmas. Even though Christmas started this month. It is September after all. The lights and the trees are already up in the supermarkets. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just sweet. It's there's not a lot of variety. It's sweet. It's kind of like watery. You know what I mean? It's watered down, I guess is the way to put it. If you've been to one birthday, if you've been to one fiesta, one Christmas party, we're going to a little thing tomorrow, a birthday party or an anniversary or anything, the menu never changes. I guess that's one thing that I miss about America, if I were, is, on the 4th of July, that's a holiday, you have hot dogs and hamburgers and a barbecue. Thanksgiving, of course, you're going to have, turkey and stuffing and cranberry and green bean casserole. It's always my favorite. And then at Christmas time, you might do a ham. And so on and on and on. Out here, there's just no variety like that. Not a deal breaker, but just a reality. And speaking of Thanksgiving, they do have places out here that serve Thanksgiving, proper Thanksgiving dinner. Let's see. Do you have an update on Expat John? Yeah, I already did it. It's earlier on the video. And he's found work and he's all that. So you guys are answering the questions for me. Thank you. That's how slow I'm going here. How long have I been on? 1 hour and a half. Okay. May, you coming back to say hi or what? He's probably asleep. Let's see. This is Corey. What's your email? Hi, Corey. PMCGILL5@gmail. What's this saying? Sorry, guys. Thank you, Walter. Let's see. Paul was incredibly gracious. Thank you very much. Hey, Paul, I'm moving to Dimagitty in November. Cool deal. A lot of guys have asked me about renting an apartment and renting motorbikes and all that kind of stuff. May and I really aren't realtors, nor do we have a concierge service. We don't have any problem telling you where to go and all that. But I will address the apartment house issue. We've been looking ourselves for something that would be more of a lateral move as far as financially, maybe go up $100. But we're trying to find a place a little quieter. It doesn't have to be fancy, but we do have some sort of specs in mind. And it's just the best way to find an apartment out here is either Facebook Marketplace or get yourself transportation, a scooter or a car, and just drive around. I really don't. If we bump into something, I always recommend Pura Vida. No, not Pura Vida. What's it called? Dulce Vida. Dulce Vida apartments. They usually have openings. And then Big Rock Resort. Those are kind of like my go-to places that I know usually can accommodate you for your first month or two while you get yourself settled, and then go bump around and look. Let's see. I've had some issues with Mike's Filipino voyage. He has issues with the P. He thinks it's absurd to look after your Filipino when you pass on. Yeah, there's a lot of channels doing a lot of things. I don't watch that guy, but I've heard of him. Let's see. Oh, here's a question I get a lot. Wedding, getting married. Why don't I just marry May? Fair question, really. I sometimes think that I don't have any problem doing that. In fact, I even thought about maybe when we get back, that will take place. But I try to think long term. It's easier to take May to America as a fiance. Easier, not easy, but easier. And much more difficult if I'm married to her. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. Talk to your congressman for me back in the States, will you? So I could marry May for all kinds of reasons other than love. If you want to put it that way, I could get a 13A visa tomorrow and not have to go through all this exit clearance stuff and all that. But that's no reason for me to get married for a visa. I could marry May because it would make it easier for us to travel. But that's no reason to marry her because it makes traveling easier. Marry May because I love her, which I do. She loves me. And loving her means that I want the best for her. I would like for that opportunity for her to get into America at some point in time. The possibility of it. I really dampen her opportunity by marrying her. So that's a quandary that I have. That's a question that I ask myself a lot. I love the idea of marriage. I think it's great. You know, it shows commitment and all that good stuff. I'm a bit of a romantic, if I may say so. And but I also have to be logical. And we live in strange times, man. I mean, you can come across the southern border all you want, but you try to get in legally, and it's a 3 or 4 year process and a lot of money and lawyers and nonsense. So I don't pretend to understand it. Let's see. Oh, here's a question. Are Filipino police corrupt like the cops in Mexico? Do they? No, never. Never, never. Not me. Never once have I had any kind of personal experience with any of that sort of stuff. I heard it's brutal in Mexico. Nothing here, ever. Straight as a string. Really are. Let's see. Let's see, Paul, with your quirky sense of humor, I'd love to see you do an interview with the Filipino Pete. I think the views total would be epic. Yeah, I've got over 100,000 views on the video I did with her. So you can go back to my catalog. I think it's 2 years ago. Yeah, when she first started her channel, May went on Enrique's channel, Gio's channel, and my channel to promote it, to promote her channel. So there is our, and it's got really bad audio. It's got really bad everything because I was just kind of starting off myself. We had one microphone that didn't have a windsock on it, and the fan was blowing, and so we barely made it out alive. But I did a video with her a couple 2.5 years ago, maybe, whenever she started her channel. I think she had 2 or 3 videos out. And you can also see her on Gio's channel, same time, and Enrique, Life Beyond the Sea. She was on all 3 channels in like 3 or 4 days. She was smart. She promoted herself. And she had like a bank of videos that were already done. Let's see. Yeah, cash means you need to plan purchases that prevents it. That's a fact. Thank you for that, Tim. That's the point I was trying to make. If you've got a debit, I shouldn't say you. If I have a debit card or a credit card in my pocket, primarily I use debit in the States. I don't think I ever had more than 40 cash on me. Never had any real need for it. It's always easier just to tap the card or swipe it. Boom, you're done. But if I went into 7-Eleven in the States to buy, say, the proverbial pack of cigarettes and a bottle of water, it was really easy just to grab a Snickers bar and some mints and I need dental floss and 4 or 5 things that I'm paying triple retail for at 7-Eleven. Throw those on the counter, tap the card, no pain. You don't feel anything. But out here, if you've only got $8 on you at the end of the day, and you go in for the proverbial pack of cigarettes and a bottle of water, well, that's all you can afford. So the Snickers bar and the bag of chips you didn't need stay on the shelf. And your money is just easier to budget, and your waistline is slimmer. Cleveland fans, just subbed. Well, thank you very much. Usually I get unsubbed on my live streams. For some reason, I offend somebody somehow. How often are there brownouts in Duma? We get more up here than Dumageddon does. Dumageddon doesn't get them very often, very infrequently in Dumageddon itself. But up in Valencia and other outlying areas like Cebulan, here in Apalong, they're quite frequent. They really are. And they just come out of nowhere. And they seem to run in packs, like 6 packs. Like we'll have a week where every day there's a brownout for 5 minutes or 5 hours. And then we'll go for 2 weeks and nothing happens. And then whack, we get 4 more in a row. So I don't know what's going on. Any opinion on Brit in the Philippines? I watched him for a long time before I moved out here. But one of the things that happens, so I don't have an opinion on him. No, I think he's just a guy out there that met Melody, I believe is his wife's name. It's Chris and Melody. They've had 2 or 3 kids. And he's just living his life, doing his thing. And I'd have a beer with the guy. But I haven't watched his channel in 2 years. And one thing that happens when you move out here, guys that are watching a lot of YouTube videos, the day you land here, you stop watching them. The only people that watch YouTube videos about the Philippines are the people trying to get here. Once they arrive, it's over with. Same with me. I stopped watching them all. Oh, God. Let's see. What are we looking at here? So I got a lot of comments, kids. I'm just kind of thinning through them because I'm trying to get some questions in. I figured that would be the best way to do it. So a lot of guys talking about this NYK guy. I'm doing well. Let's see. Everybody talking about this Mike guy. I got to watch him, I guess. Saw him one time, I think. I think he said, why did I watch him? I think he was the John video. He did a review or some sort. I watched him for like 5 minutes. Yeah, this is we're up my alley right here. Using one airline from start to finish is a very wise move. I agree. It's actually worth paying if you have to pay an extra $100. So it might save you $1,000. If you miss that flight, you're out of luck. Here's a question. I like questions. Has John considered doing a DNA to know the twins are his for his own sanity? Absolutely. In fact, he took a sample of their hair with him. So I don't think it'll work because it doesn't have the follicle. He just cut it. But either or, he's that's either going to succeed or when he comes back here, he'll do it. I don't think he questions his fatherhood, but he's going to do it for Social Security increase reasons, money. Yeah. Paul, do you know what PAL, the abbreviation for Filipinos for plane always late? That's a fact. I've never gotten onto a Philippine Airlines flight or a Cebu Pacific on time. Not once. I haven't traveled that much, but every time I've had to go to Cebu or Manila for whatever reason, usually to get out of Dodge, late every time, 100%. Let's see. Eva Air. I don't know. You get why not? I'm open. I wasn't crazy about Philippine Airlines, to be honest with you, on the trip to America. Let's see, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would May rate you? So give me a 1 on the May scale. So a lot of folks saying hello. I want to say hello to all you folks like Margie, Man, Cyril, Elvin. Yeah. I'm proud of other bloggers too. I think everybody, I think, you know what, people attack channels, mine, theirs, this guy, that guy. There's a comment up here saying, and you'll read it later if you guys are following along faster than I am. It's insecurities or jealousy, one of the two. If you can't express an opinion, stupidity is one. Personal stuff is unnecessary. I agree with that 1,000%. You know, in an interview that I did with Alex, who just commented, one time I used the word, at one point we were talking about the younger generation, and I used the word woke. You know, I got a guy that wrote me a 3-page dissertation about how I was unaware of what woke meant. I said, you're driving home my point. Do you get heartburn? I never get heartburn. Keith's channel. Yes, she runs her channel very professionally structured, very talented. I agree. There's a lot of good content out there, a lot of entertaining stuff, a lot of fun stuff. Not better than me. Good God. Let's see. My second time here to visit your live stream host. Hello, everyone out there from Mindanao. All right. Well, thank you, Margie. Appreciate to see you, man. Thank you for the what that is, a super sticker. Okay. Yeah. We'll go ahead and promote that. Let's do some promotion, not demoralizing. Let's pump people up. Let's see. I'm reading through all this like you guys are. I'm just trying to find questions. Let's see. Paul, you going to be around or in Thailand over Christmas and New Year's? I'll be here. I'll be here for Christmas. Yeah. Oh, this thing keeps jumping. Good. Hey, listen, this is an important one. You everybody listen up right now, okay? 568 watching, only 332 likes. Hey, get on it. Get on that like button. I don't know why it's tradition. We just ask you to bend at the hips, hydrate, and hit the like button. I know it's hard, and that takes a lot out of you. Peace out, brother. Let's see. Yeah, he has. Good on him. You know, he's making a living on YouTube, so he needs to get out there and he busts a move, and he should. Young guy, I really admire him. I think it's great. The worst thing that can happen to him is it doesn't work. Right? He goes back to Canada, has to take another 9 to 5. Oh well, gave it a shot. I don't think that'll be the result. I think he'll be very successful, but in my heart and mind, I think that what he's doing is commendable and awesome, and he's working hard, and he's only going to get better. Let's see. I just subscribed to your channel. Oh, well, thank you. Oh, Jeff, there you go. See, you got a subscriber just by talking on here. Good job. All right, so viewers are starting to drop down, and so is my voice. So we'll take it for 2 hours, which is about 15 more minutes, and then I'll wish you all a adieu and get back to what we're doing. Real quick, I'll bring you up to speed. Yes, he's working. It's at the front part of the video that we went into depth on this, if you want to watch the rerun. Oh, you were buying a Honda. Good on you, China Dave. I was just thinking about you the other day. You and Steve. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're around. I'm glad everybody's good. China Dave he was the man when I was in the States, man. He was all over it. Him and Steve and so many other people were so kind. Good Lord. Yeah. YouTube is content, and have fun with it. Enjoy yourself. Good on you. I hope everything works out for you 1,000%. There can be no such thing as too many YouTube channels because there's a niche for everybody. You know, I don't appeal to most people. There's no 25-year-old guys watching my channel. You know, there's nobody cool watching my channel. No offense, but it's mostly guys like me, guys my age. I've seen the demographics. 55 and up is primarily who watch the channel. And someone that's younger that watches it and enjoys it, I think that's really a cool thing. Because I always learn from older people. I have found to respect age. And so I'm 67. If I talk to someone that's 77, they got 10 years on me, which means they got 10 more years of life experience. And I listen up when someone's older than me because they can usually, they're much more stoic about how they approach life. Yeah, see, we had a success today. We got a YouTube channel promoted, and we didn't even have a run. Let's see. There you go. Tell them I sent you, will you? Oh my goodness. Here you go. This really sums it up. If I could only pin that. If I could only put that as like a banner going across the bottom of this, it would make my day. I think I'll leave that up for a while. Oh my God. It probably is boring. I was going to have May come out, but I think she passed out asleep. All right, so we're talking about Filipino food. People are saying hi. I want to say hi to you. Greetings from Thailand. I got to leave this comment up there because I like it too much. Let's see. Sorry it taking so long, but a lot of the same people are commenting, so I'm just trying to. Let's see. Who's this? The American Vagabond Abroad. I bet you that's a channel. Hey, Paul, dig your stuff. I've been watching you for a couple of years. I'm from California, and I've been traveling from South America to Southeast Asia. I'm currently in Makati. All right. Get a 13A in the States. Takes a year less time. Yeah. Okay, one more time. I'm going to remind you guys again, or else there will be consequences. Only for me, though. What else we got going on here? YouTube experiment. Okay. Thank you very much, RK. Let's see what else we got. Where's that boring comment? I want to put it back up. Thank you, John. Appreciate you. Coffee on you. Right on. Today we're going for coffee. Here's a question. Are you still on your intermittent fasting and meat and vegetables program? Yes. Yes, I am. That is about 8 or 9 years, 8 or 9 months into. And so I was 190, long story. I never did a video about this, but I did videos on other channels about it. So I didn't want to beat a dead horse, but I did lose 30 pounds and I've managed to keep it all off. And I've been able to cheat a couple, 3 times. I think I gained 5 pounds. About a month ago, I was sick. I stayed home for 5 days. And May, God bless her, wanted me to, she went to the store and bought me ice cream. It's May's version of chicken soup, right? And so I ate the whole damn thing. And chips and everything else. So I went right off the reservation. And I gained 5 pounds when I'm back about a month ago. And then I lost it in less than a week. I just went right back. I eat 1 meal a day. That's really what it is. Oh my God. I can't. So I don't like one. I want you guys to just gently hit the like button from now on. Smashing it, you're going to hurt the computer, all kinds of things. The mouse might go, the index finger could get damaged. I think the smash part is we need to calm down. I just crashed. This is a good one. I just crashed my motorbike into the like button. This is reminding me of a Dean video all of a sudden, where everybody starts coming up with the comments. Oh my God. I'm glad to help you. I really am. I don't know who you are, but you have a nice smile. So I hope you do well. God bless you. Oh. Let's see. Okay, questions. I like questions. Wait, I gotta go back up. Paul, what is the best advice for a new blogger in the Philippines? I don't give advice. All I know is that one thing that I always did on my channel was tell the truth. Never sugarcoat anything and don't try to BS anybody. Just tell the truth. Truthful. Let's see. Let's see. What's it say? Hey, dog, you missed me once. Okay, I got you now. Call me in life. We're good. We're actually going down in people viewing. We're down to 455. I think we're at 5 something, 5 1/4. So you guys are winding down, and I'm going to need to wind down. 6 more minutes. Is that cool? I just let's see. I like questions. Thanks for everybody that's saying hello. I am reading your comments, kids. I swear to you. I'm seeing Ben, Scott, Crazy, Getting Real, Carlos, Charlie, Don, Sean, Spiraling 69, Ronnie, the man of the hour. Oh, listen to this. Check this out. This is cool. Oh, I just gained 17 subscribers. Awesome. But don't make it too easy on yourself. Let's see. Let's see. Greg subscribed. His bike will be covered. When are you leaving for Phuket? Good question. About 10 days, if all things go according to Hoyle. But that's not written in stone. Check this out, man. I'm on a 30-day diet. So far, lost 16 pounds. Good for you, Rich. That is great. That is phenomenal. What I did was I looked up fasting, and I found out how much benefits there are to fasting. So on the first, one thing I will share, on the first day of every month, I did it this month. I didn't eat. Fasted 24 hours, and then I actually didn't eat until 5 p.m. the next day. And I think I lost like 3 pounds doing it. But it just cleanses your body. Talk about a cleanse or a purge or whatever you want to call it. I think it's one of the healthiest things that you can do, whether you're overweight or not. I mean, if you're skinny and you just fast for a day, it will get it. It's been scientifically proven. It gets rid of like dead cells, leftover stuff that's in your colon and all that jazz. So it's, as far as a cleanse, probably the best thing you can do instead of taking a pill or drinking a drink is just don't eat anything. Just have water. It's only a day. Enjoy Thailand with me. Well, thank you very much there, Bernie. Appreciate you, man. Keto's good. Hard to drop bread, though. Amen to that. Yeah. I would have to say, even though I have a sweet tooth, brother, the bread. There's nothing I love more than a nice piece of bread with pasta and butter, Parmesan cheese. But I do cheat. I'll be honest with you. In the last 8 months or so, I've probably cheated 4 or 5 times. Man, I've gone out and had a pizza, gone to McDonald's, had a soda. And you know what? To be honest, God's truth, whenever I put sugar in my body now, I feel like shit the next day. Sorry, pardon my French. But it really does have a negative effect on my body. Sugar, especially. Are you kidding me? Are you even asking that question? Gaylord will not be offloaded. We're having a special paper drawn up for Gaylord. Well, this is a true statement here. It does. It really does. It's super, super good for. Let's see. Bill Rich's comment is a joke piece. As cold as you can stand showers. You know what? I just was reading about that. Not reading. I saw a YouTube video about that. I was talking to Critter Hunter about it. He's the guy trying to lose 100 pounds. And yes, cold showers, they're recommending that in the morning. Hot showers at night and what do you call it? Cold showers in the morning. All right, so listen. Who is Gaylord? Gaylord is my little chicken mascot. All right, peeps, I'm going to say goodbye. And it's just, we're going to hit 2 hours. So I so appreciate all those that joined with me. I appreciate the questions. I appreciate you subscribing to the little girl's channel that was on here. And Forgot her name already. So be sure to have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Be nice to one another, and we'll have some update videos coming here on some of this stuff soon. All right, see ya.